What's up, guys? So you guys know from the title of this video of what this is probably about. So I'm gonna try to make this quick. When I'm doing my training, I like to analyze my own videos, right? I watch the class, I watch my competitors. So I thought it'd be a good video to, one, show you guys how to analyze your videos. And I often get the question, why don't I race the elite class? Or you should get back in the pro class. The simple answer to all that is I'm so far past that time of my career, right? I'm 37 years old. I just don't want to get on the gate with hungry 20-year-olds. Whether my speed is at that caliber or not, that's just not a goal. My racing now is just to be better than who I was last week. So with all that being said, I analyze all my videos, all my racing, and it's very rare nowadays that I can compare myself with the top pro class because they're always racing the Supercross hill at these nationals, right? The vet pro class races the smaller hill. So when I do have the opportunity, say like Nashville or the SoCal National or Grands, we're all racing on the same track, so I can kind of analyze and see where I stack up against these guys. And let me be clear, wherever these overlays end up doesn't mean I'm claiming to be faster than certain guys or this and that, because when you're on a gate with 8 elites on the gate, it's all completely different. You know, when you're on banging bars, so a lap out there by yourself with no one against you is completely different than how a race lap should go, all right? So I figured, just coming off Grands, I had a perfect weekend. My teammate Joris Daudet had a perfect weekend. Him being a good buddy, I felt pretty confident about being able to compare myself with him and showing you guys without making anyone bitter about something. That's all within my peers, right? So just felt like I need to say that. Yeah. So this video is just going to be about analyzing some videos and overlaying my laps compared to the top pros, aka Joris Daudet, just coming off a fresh win and his 6th USA BMX title. So let's dive in. We're gonna show the 3 main events from Grands. My 3 main events versus Joris's. So, are the pro class. I'll just show you guys the first lap, and then as full, I won't stop it, won't rewind, won't slow-mo, and then we'll go back and I'll add in the pro lap, and then we'll analyze, break down, and see where those guys are faster, or where they're pulling, or where their form is, and let's just break down some laps and see how it looks. So, lap number 1, main number 1, just ours. First main, a little more nerve-wracking the first one than the other ones, but this is a super good lap. I don't really think I really made too many mistakes on this lap. Third straightaway though, I've actually watched this video already, so you can see I get a little jello leg. I was not the smoothest through this straightaway, so I know those top guys, the third straight is where I'll probably will get pulled away on. Now let's go back to the beginning and let's break it down. You'll see I'm here in gate 3, and then we have Joris up here in gate 3. Sorry, with the editing, this is where I'm really a rookie. I didn't know how to put these on even sides, so you get what you get. So yeah, Joris up here in gate 3, myself in gate 3 right here. First, let's just go back and look at the gate real quick. Flat gate, I know my weight was a lot more forward on this gate because the Grands gate is so fast, you need to respond quick. And I know when I lean forward, I'm relying on a lot more of just raw power than being able to really throw my weight into it. So I did notice my snap form was just a little off all weekend. So let's go right into the snap. My head is kind of going down. I wish it was going a little more forward. But now let's go up here and look at Joris. Joris, he has such a good relaxed form. He's head straight forward, not really going up or down, right? Just body going straight forward, getting on the pedals. His just immediate acceleration is just so like consistent. All right, first jump. where we at? I am just over the top, right? We got Tyler Brown just a little behind, him and Emilio are, so we're all right over the crest, right? Well, as far as the big guys, those guys, we got Cam Larson, Joris Daudet, and Cam Wood all fully on the landing. The rest of the guys are all about the same point that we are. Alright, bring that back down. Now, this is where I can really tell these guys pull away hard. We might be pretty close right here, but if you watch Joris and Cam, when they ride this backside, it's like they just shift gears. I personally feel really good after the first jump. I feel like that's a strong point for me. But watching these guys, it's just that 1% more. So they really kick in overdrive there. So now, so we'll say Joris was good. He's a good bike, almost bike and a half now, just in that little straightaway. So we're going top of the lip. Let's go to landing. The camera frame is a little off. So we got Joris, Cam Larson, Cam Wood all fully on the landing going into the turn one. You can see Joris has gained a full extra bike since the first jump. Corbin, Lido, Jeremy, we're all sitting around decently close and going into the first turn, right? So we get a good, this audio is from my lap, not from the pro lap, just so you know. So I had a good clean run in and through the first turn. Joris is the same, so it should be a good comparison as we got no ball ups through the turn. First jump, tap the step up. Now you can see, so I don't know what Cam Wood's run through here was, but Cam had me by, his bike would have been fully in front of me in. Well, you can see by the time we came out of the first turn, I don't know what would have happened to Cam here, but Cam could have gotten a little balled up. He probably would have definitely lost some speed being on the inside where Cam and where Joris and Cam Larson came by. So he probably didn't have a good run through the turn. I bet that's where he lost his speed. So yeah, we'll say Cam Wood, we got Larson and Joris right on the landing of that setup jump. Yeah, so I'm right over the crest of the landing. Larson and Joris are down the landing. Now, this part, I don't, like I can get through pro sets fine, right? Track speed has always been a strong suit for me. But these three being top World Cup riders, this is where I know they're going to attack a little harder than me here. So let's watch. Joris is right off the lip. Cam is off the lip and coming up the lip. Now look how much lower. Oh, it's a camera angle change. Okay. We'll have to go to another lap on that one. You can just really see this camera angle is not very good. You can see where those guys really attacked that first pro set so much more than I did. Alright, camera angle is coming back into play. We'll fast forward to the first. Let's look at this hay bale as comparison. So, with that being said about the second straightaway, if we look at that first hay bale where I am leading my class, now that first hay bale here is sitting between Cam Wood and Corbin Schurra. So we'll call it a fourth place position right now. So they have gained all that traction on me. Remember, the start of this second straightaway, Cam Wood and I were dead even. And even I might have had just a little of head, but he had that much more drive through that straightaway. Obviously it wasn't a good one where you could actually see what he did different, but he had some pretty good drive out of that turn and through that second straight. Okay, everybody gets to that turn good. Now here, let's see where they really pull. So, same position, nothing really changed through that turn. I'd still be sitting, say, right behind Cam Wood. Now, I have Corbin Schurra right behind me. So, Corbin always has good rhythm pull. I imagine I'm going to get pretty swallowed by these guys at this point because I know I do not get through this straightaway good. We'll just go all the way to the end because there's so much movement. I'm kind of cut off. Oh my God, I look like I had such tired legs right there. I look like a vet pro on that straightaway. All right, so now we see, if you look down here, I am just over the top of the last roller before the triple going in the last turn. Corbin Schurra, who would have been just behind at the beginning, has now fully passed, so he would have gained a full, I would say, bike and a half on me just through that rhythm section. Now, it's hard to actually see. Corbin is obviously such a smooth rider. It's hard to see how hard someone's attacking here, but we're gonna zoom up here and we're gonna really focus on Corbin's straightaway. He just attacks, he's just pushing hard through the legs, just smooth. It's hard to really break it down much more than that, but you just know Corbin's on point, attacking that straightaway, and it showed. He gained a bike and a half. Let's see, alright, Joris crossed the finish line. I'm coming on down the landing of the first jump out of the turn ones. Let's go. 1, 2, where would I have finished? I'm on landing, Corbin's on landing. Rinkrell, Jeremy's there. So I would have went back to, say, 5th or 6th in that main event. Alright, main event number 2. I am in gate 6 here. Joris is also in gate 6 up here. We both had first lane choice, and we both just randomly happened to go with 361 as our main gate choices, which is just it's a good layout. I'll run a full lap so you guys can just watch them real time. Okay, so they have a ball up in the turn, so when we slow it down, it's really gonna show, like, I got through the first turn really smooth with no hiccups, but Joris, Cam, and Cam Wood, they all kind of came together, so they would have actually lost some speed. So this second main is not going to be the best comparison because they didn't have a clean run, but we can still break it down. We'll go just straight to the first jump on this one. First jump, get just over the crest of that one. So you'll see right here, just dead 50-50 over the top. You'll see I am dead center, 50-50. We'll zoom in on this one. We got Cam Larson, Joris Daudet, Cam Wood, all fully on the landing. Corbin Shaw is just past halfway. So I'll call that a fourth place. I'm not trying to claim where placing, it's just fully for judgment. I say all this because I don't want to be accused of some rider saying, oh, are you saying you're faster than me, or you should be in this car, or whatever, you know. I just got to cover the bases. So we see where we're at here. First jump, going to the second jump. This is a good angle right here because it's just directly side. All right, my back wheel is just at that cone, right? So we got Joris, Cam Larson, that's Josh McClain on the outside, and then we got Corbin. So about it. So yeah, we're about tied with Corbin with a 5th place going in that turn. So I know this one. This is actually going to be a good breakdown. I get through this turn clean. Let's actually talk about this pro main real quick. Number 2. Now, if you see here, Joris Daudet is clearly in front, right? His right arm, he's on the outside of Cam Wood, who's on the inside. He got out, got over, completely shutting the door. He's going straight to that white line to close the door. He's a veteran at this. He knows what to do. He's pretty much shut down Cam at this point, right? So, this is when the years of experience outpowers the rookie, not rookie pro, but the new pro riding, you know, or the newer young riders, however we need to word that. So Joris is fully shut the door. Cam could fight this, you know. This main event, the title came down to who finishes in front of who between Joris and Cam. So it's a bit of a war out there, right? Now, Joris has a good lead going into this turn. Cam should have backed off and followed in second and tried to pass Joris on the track, or just took that second, took low points, and hoped for the best in the third main, right? Well, you can see here, now, when I do my clinics, or anytime I'm helping someone out, our eyes and our head lead where our body and our bike are gonna go, right? You come through a turn, your head needs to be looking up out of a straightaway. Well, let's look at Cam's head right here. You know, Joris is looking his direction. From what I can see, it looks like Cam is only looking directly in front of him, and he knows if he pushes Joris hard enough, there's a chance Joris may fall and Cam can come out of this. If Joris falls right now, he's going to have high points. It's going to put the title in favor of Cam. Well, from this point, when we're leaning in a turn, right, we're leaning. But when anytime you naturally pedal, you naturally stand back up, right? So at this point, I don't know if it was a panic move, but Cam Wood starts to take a pedal. Well, you can see he immediately stands up. If you stand up in a turn, your weight's not going inside, which is going to make you turn. So he pretty much taking a pedal, made his turn straighten up. Pushing straight into Joris, literally hoping for the best. Like, there's nowhere to go now, right? If Joris wasn't there, he would eject himself off the turn. Joris is leaning in hard. He's got control of this race. And then we can obviously see what happens because of that. Luckily, Joris saved it, and that pretty much just gave Joris the title with Cam Wood going down, unfortunately for him. Yeah, so Joris gets balled up. He's at the top of the turn. Cam Larson, always looking ahead, seeing what's happening, was able to clear the carnage, get back on his pedals early. You can see Cam's already sprinting out of this turn while Joris is up high, losing speed, and Cam Larson takes the lead from here. Now, since Joris did get balled up, let's see where that puts us out of the turn. So step up. Step up coming out, we see Larson is right on the landing. Looks like Joris and I are even at this point. Obviously, he just had a ball up. I had a clean run through the turn. But I'm saying this because Joris is such a good rider. Obviously, I'm talking him up, but it's just, I'm a fan of him. He's one of the greats for a reason. So, here, let's attack this straight away. First, I don't know what I do. I think I rushed. You want to come straight off the lip. You want to try to eliminate any movement, right? I don't know why when I rush it, I do that pencil. When I'm penciling like that, like, we're just a bigger sail for the wind, right? We're not cutting through the air anymore, but you can't have every lap perfect, right? So this is a hard one to compare because my back end's so far down, so I don't want to say I'm lower than these guys, but look at Cam Larson. Cam rode this jump really relaxed. Cam's a new guy to be up front at the elite level. Cam, I don't want to say he rides over his head. Sorry, Cam. But he when he gets out front, he puts a lot into his efforts, pedals in a lot of areas that don't really need to be pedaled, but which is understandable when you're up front of elite class. It's there's a lot of pressure, especially when you get Joris Daudet involved. He obviously doesn't know what's going on with Joris behind him. Joris lands a little nose heavy here, so I'm imagining he's not going to pull too much through this straightaway. Cam's on his pedals. I wasn't picking on Cam Larson, but I think there's another lap we can get into that. Well, right here, prime example. We're going over the third jump. We're looking at Cam Larson right here. Not landing, already on his pedals, like just got to get his pedals in. But look at Corbin and Joris behind him. Now note this one, kids. He's landing on his pedals, right? I got to get everything I can out of this. Look at Joris and Corbin. Joris looking over to see who's on his left side. Neither of these guys pedal into the turn. Notice, Cam landed on 2 full pedals, I think. Okay, 1 pedal in the air and 2 pedals in the ground. Didn't cover any extra ground. So, easy to say that was a little bit of extra energy loss that wasn't needed to be put out, right? Pedaling down landings can be just as fast as being smooth and getting a good pump. Prime example right here. Alright, let's see where we're at the roller through the turn. Alright. Roller on the third straightaway. Again, Joris and I are still pretty even. Cam's got the lead. I imagine Joris had his hiccup in the first turn, didn't get the second straightaway very good. You get in the second turn, I imagine he was able to take a breath and kind of reset and get back into his flow for the third straightaway, assuming he's probably going to pull pretty hard right here on my lap time. Let's go to the end. Alright, so see, I was right. So I am right over the top of the triple going into the last turn. Joris has gone from us being even to pulling a full bike in front of my lap, and now Corbin's creeping up close. And finish line, where will we end up? Looks like Corbin would have got me at some point. Granted, not making excuses, but I did kind of shut him down. I shut myself down to save energy on the last straightaway. But again, not comparing with these guys, just just showing. So around a fourth spot that lap. All right, main number 3. I feel like this is a good one to point out. Main number 3, Joris and I, again, we've had a great day. Joris knows Cam Wood has high points. I just won my 2 mains. So going into the 3rd main is when the mental game is very clear at this point. Like, you're feeling really good. You just went through this long weekend of grands and you have 1 lap to go. You've executed your first 2. Everything's pretty much a wrap at this point, right? Like, by this point, I've pretty much secured the title. Granted, if I wrecked and got completely last in this main, I don't know where that would have put me in points. Yes, anything could happen, but in my head, I'm thinking positive. I just have to do this one more time, right? Joris, same way. Joris has had his bad laps out of the way. And I'm saying all this because that's how my process works. And as much as Joris and I are close, I do try to get in. I do try to pick his brain a little bit, and he's a tight vault, so only gets so much sometimes. But knowing he put down the fastest lap of the weekend on this 3rd lap, I can only imagine he also went into this main very clear-minded, just ready to execute. The hard part's done. He just has to go and ride at this point, right? And mine was in the same case. And I say this because I'm pretty sure this was probably one of my, I don't know if this was my fastest lap of the weekend, but it felt like the easiest lap between, like, there was no stress. I could get out there and just ride, right? And I imagine Joris was feeling the same way if he laid down his fastest lap of the weekend, or the fastest lap of the weekend, 3rd round. So with all that being said, this should be a very good comparison of putting myself against where I would stand with Joris on, I guess if it was a one-on-one, whatever, however you want to look at it. So here we go. We'll watch it in full and then we'll go back.
Round number 3, here we go downtown in Alabama. Oh, winner and chase. The boys taking it around the first turn. Oh, changing it around. Trying to get an elbow out, but it's all chase out front. Nova, Brown, Romero. In and out of the 2nd turn. Chippy, here they come. Oh, the slammer looking for that 3rd number 1. Coming in the turn number 3. Got TV sitting in the 2 slot. KJ having a pretty good run in the main event. Bring it back, but it's all very low.
All right, let's go back. Let's slow-mo it. Again, I am in gate 1. Joris is in gate 1. Let's see how it looks. We'll just go slow. Let's just go back to the beginning. Let's look at our drive right out of the gate. Joris is just nice and solid. He's centered over his bike. I have a little more move. That's the one area I want to clean up. Just my 1-2 transition. I want it to be a little more locked in and consistent coming out of the gate. Joris's front wheel is still up. Oh, mine's still up. I thought I dropped it, that one. But see how even here on my my 3rd pedal, I kind of opened up. I don't know what. I should have stayed forward and just driving down, right? Any movement, if your body's going up while your legs are going down, you're not putting all that force into the pedals as you could be if your upper body is moving around.
Round number 3.
First jump. All right. That was actually a really good one. Looks like Joris would have a little bit. He's got a little bit on Larson. I would say Larson's got a little bit on where I am. I would say I was sitting there more with Shara and Jeremy over here. Granted, Cam Wood didn't show up for this one, so if you guys wonder where he's at, he's not in this lap. So let's see. Look at I don't know if Joris does it so much. So let's look at this lap. This step down right here. We'll even focus on mine because I know I really put a lot into it. When you can watch how I'm pedaling to the step down, and you can see how my body weight's going. So as I'm going to pedal, I'm not just going to pedal, I'm trying to throw my weight down through that transition. So I'm also getting that pump forward momentum with the weight of my body while I'm getting into my pedals. So if you look over here, Tyler Brown is only just a bit behind me, and I'm pretty sure I get a good run here. Yeah, so let's go back. So say for Tyler, it would have been, he's like what, maybe half a tire, half a wheel there, and I definitely got a good back to a full wheel at that point. It's just that extra like charge. Granted, I did have an open path, no one to kind of bump elbows with. Compared to the big dogs, looks like Joris and Larson are fully over the top, still sitting in that like third kind of position. Same here, yeah, same position on the third. All right, so now into the first jump, I'm sitting third. So now we'll see to the last turn. We'll just go to the last turn on this one because I know last turn I really shut it down a lot. So we'll see where I am going into the last turn. Clean run. Tap on the step up. So I'd still say Cam is a little ahead. Let's see where they, I think this is a good one where they attack. All right, watch Joris up here. Watch how, see how over the front, like it's not just bars under his chin, it's like bars under his chest. He's fully laying on those handlebars to push that bike down and forward right off the lip. See how low he is right here? And now look how high up I go. You know, I'm still pushing pretty hard, but right off the lip, it's hard to tell in this footage, but I know from analyzing old videos, just these guys can attack lifts so much harder than I'm willing just to lay my front end on. Or lay my body on the front end, and that's just that. The riding World Cup, these are World Cup level guys, right? So they know how to attack these pro sets even better. Where are we at the landing? So landing, Joris obviously pulled away. Cam has gotten definitely probably half a bike in front. I would say Corbin is just going to catch me by the end of the straightaway. Attack this one. That one's pretty, you can only do so much there. Now going into the second turn, yeah, Corbin's right up on me. Cam's got a full bike in front of me now, and that's all comes from not even extra pedaling, because we know the pedals only matter so much down a straightaway like this, but it's just how hard you attack off every straightaway. If you're attacking that extra 1% harder and pushing through that lip more than that guy behind you or next to you, whatever, you're gonna push forward that much more. And these little things add up, and it's showing right here. All right, going through the turn. Let's see, where's Joris get on his pedals? Joris is at the T in Tulsa up here, and it looks like he's already on his pedals. Where do I start? So I start after the T, so that's like a half pedal transition more that he got going into that exit speed, right? You want to have good exit speed out of the turn, so you're carrying that speed into each straightaway. So if he's getting a full crank or a half crank, he's got that much of a head start into his exit speed. All right, he's on the roller. Cam's on the roller. I'm on the roller. It looks like, so by this point, I'm right on 50-50 on the roller. Now, if you look back here at Corbin, he's manually off the roller. So now he has gained that much more extra on me, and now he's in front attacking. So let's see where we end up towards the end of this. Triple. All right, Joris is on the landing of the triple. Where's the frame cut? All right, so I'm up the lip of the triple. Joris is full on the landing. Cam's coming up on the landing. Corbin is halfway, so he's gained probably another bike on me just through that rhythm section. And then you got Rincarel right up behind me. All right, now this one I know I start shutting it down, so I'm sure I got passed by a couple at this point, but we'll look at it just to see. At the finish line, Joris, Larson, Sherrod, Jeremy, 1, 2, 3, 5th. Then you looks like Lido, so it looks like like I'll get a 5th place with Lido, so cool. And then Joris goes on to win his 6th title. What a machine. Alright, so what does that mean? First straights are doing pretty well. That's all I work on nowadays. I've always been kind of a stronger track rider, but I was always the rider that had to come from the middle of the pack down the first straightaway. So these last couple years being back into racing again, I only really do gates and first straights. And I say that, I'm not saying you should do the same, but I have 20 years of just riding my bike, right? Riding the track comes pretty easy to me. But with that being said, it's good enough for my class, right? But if I want to ride, if I want to always keep pushing myself, I need to ride more like these guys. And this tells me I'm on the right track with my training out of the gate, down the hill. I know I still want to clean up those first 3 pedals. If I can get those, that 1, 2, 3, just a little smoother, a little more consistent, it's only going to be that much better. But I definitely, especially leading the Grands, I only did first straights, getting ready for that small hill, and my full track endurance wasn't so hot. I felt a little, I know a lot of people had issues on that 3rd straightaway, but we don't want to have issues. It doesn't matter the track. We all ride the same track. We want to feel good, and I could have felt better, so it looks like I need to get back on the track. Do some more full laps, at least straightaway efforts. But yeah, that was cool. I analyzed that and know what we need to work on going into 2024. So hope that helped you guys. Hope you learned something from this. Again, I'm not comparing it to say where I am for the pros or want to race pro. I just like to compare with the best of the best, you know, and just be better than who I was at the last race. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I would sign off for Christmas, but there's plenty more videos to come before then. So until next time, you guys have a good one. Peace.